Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you had some bad injuries happen, correct?
Sure. My name is Kim Borst, and 2 years ago I fell on the ice while working and received a concussion. In the beginning I just had some mild symptoms, difficulty reading and kind of focusing, and as time went on it continued to progress, and I have been out of work for 2 years. I have seen many doctors, neurologists, physical therapists, primary doctors, other chiropractors, and
Wow, how many doctors do you think you saw?
I have probably seen 8.
Yeah. And some of them were experts in head injuries and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. And have been given many different medications to try rest, and ultimately I was told there was nothing more that could be done. The last neurologist that I saw told me that my injuries were probably permanent and I would be disabled, and typical symptoms that I had as I progressed were I had a lot of memory issues. Couldn't remember a lot of cognitive, so as far as reading and understanding. I couldn't be in groups. It was just too much activity, things like watching TV, computer work, lights, motions, sound. I just totally withdrew myself from so many activities that I used to love. I was very active, very outdoorsy, with friends a lot, and I just couldn't do that anymore. As I said, I couldn't work. And so it was really frustrating, and I had kind of lost hope. I had to come to the terms with maybe I'm going to be disabled at this point in my life. I wasn't ready to accept that. By chance, I met another chiropractor, and I just asked him the simple question, do you ever do anything with neurological disorders? And that's how I came to know Kenwood Chiropractic and Concussion Arts, and truly it has been a lifesaver for me. From the moment I walked through the doors, I could barely walk. I just was in so much pain, and my legs and arms were like logs. And within a day and a half, they had me back to a decent state of mind and feeling really good. That day that I left, I could see signs clearly. I could see my eyes had stopped bouncing, so I could see clearly, and I started to regain my balance. And a lot of different things started to reappear as I became aware of my surroundings, and my feet were actually on the ground. I could feel them, which I couldn't before. I remembered the guy at the hotel. I remembered his name when I saw him again, which I would not have done. So it was just exciting for that awareness to return. Just walking up steps and being able to feel my surroundings, and just to continue to work and all the different techniques that we've tried. There's been a few hiccups, and we just kind of keep pushing forward and trying to, Dr. Stussy and Dr. Classic and Dr. Zanders just kept listening to my body and trying to figure out how to get it to react, to get my brain to continue to fire and do what it's supposed to do. And
well, you seem pretty sharp right now.
Yeah.
Well, really, if I were to put your status, you still have a little bit of instability, but your eyes have gotten a lot more stable, especially this last time.
Exactly.
And you have a lot of body parts that have been misaligned for a while, so they have to regain. But you've been coming up here intermittently because you're from a distance away.
Right, I'm about 90 miles away.
Yeah, so you've been coming up for 1 to 3 days, or 2 to 3 days.
3 days at a time.
Yeah. And I think you've done that 3 times now?
3 times,
yeah.
so total of 10 days.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so we're releasing again today, and you're thinking about going back to work eventually.
I'm gonna try going back to work.
So let's just keep everything working, and
Yeah.
And so really what you got back is your ability to manage yourself and perceive yourself in your own environment without feeling so distorted.
Exactly.
It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. I finally feel present in this world again, rather than floating and not being able to feel who I am.
Yeah, and you're such a nice woman, I know, but it probably affected your relationship with your kids, your husband, people who were supposed to understand.
I was really, I didn't realize it to a sense, but I was quite mean. I just didn't have empathy or joy or happiness.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right. You said you'd go to a wedding and you wouldn't know why you're supposed to be
I
excited.
couldn't feel. I just, normally I'm a very,
Sensitive.
very sensitive and emotional, and I wouldn't even cry. and now I do. I feel all that joy and that happiness again, and it's pretty incredible.
Well, thank you for doing this, and we could probably catch up with you again to see how you're doing.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you doing this, and of course, we appreciate you're a star 10 patient. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me my life back.
It's a pleasure. There we go.